Welcome to today's episode where we're going to be taking a look at a tiny shop's big impact, exploring further how the Boise Bike Project has benefited the biking community. When I was 13, my friend introduced me to mountain biking. We went up to Boise Bike Park and did a few runs on the jump line they have up there. I had so much fun. I got home and started watching every YouTube video there was about mountain biking. All I wanted to do was to get back out again. But to do that, I first need to buy my own bike. After doing some research, I bought a bike. It drained most of my free money and it ended up having a lot of issues. I didn't even have the money to fix the issues it had. So I made my way around with some questionable brakes and some shifting issues. I tried getting my friends to join the newfound hobby, but they too didn't have the funds that they needed to go along with the sport. Most mountain bikers love the sport, but few love the price tag that come along with it. I, not being a dentist, don't have lots of money I can drop on a new bike. Buying upgrades and repair parts can get expensive. $50 for a new set of handlebars, $70 for new tires, $120 for a derailleur, you name it. It can add up quickly. And for this reason, mountain biking wasn't super accessible to me, my friends, and other people looking to dabble in the sport. According to Seth Alvo, a hobbyist and YouTuber, about 3/5 of people struggle to afford the hobby they enjoy. Financial issues are a barrier for so many people, myself included. It seemed like there was a financial fence around mountain biking that only let people in at a certain price point. Little did I know there was some place that could help lower the cost for entry-level bikers. According to Seth Alvo, a hobbyist and YouTuber, about 3/5 of the people struggle to afford the hobby they enjoy. Financial issues are a barrier for so many people, myself included. It seemed like there was a financial fence around mountain biking that only lets certain people in above a price point. Little did I know that there was some place that helps lower the entry cost for bikers. One day, I got talking with someone about my bike problems. He recommended I checked out a place called the Boise Bike Project. The place wasn't too far from the bike park, so I checked it out on my way home from it. From the outside, I got a little nervous. I went down some alleyway to a rink-a-dink looking store with some bikes out front. But despite its outside appearance, the second I walked in, I realized this was the place for me. There were affordable prices everywhere. Derailleurs that would typically be $50 to $80 were now only $5 to $10. Handlebars that were usually around $50 were only $5. To fix my shifting, it would have cost me somewhere around $80 plus whatever the shop would charge to install the parts I got. All in all, it would probably be somewhere around $120 to get my shifting working. That was just a price I couldn't pay the shop. But at the bike project, I was able to get all the parts I needed for only around $20, a much more manageable price. The only issue was, now that I had the parts, I still needed to get them on my bike. Luckily, I met some employees who were super helpful. I was trying to do the repairs I needed. I pretty much knew nothing about what I needed to get to fix my shifting problems. Once I explained why I was there, the employees were more than happy to help out and explained the parts I needed and how I would put them on. I was able to pay for some shop time and work on my bike with experienced mechanics all around me to help out. The cost was only a few dollars for the hour or so it took to do the repair. The BBP took down a lot of the barriers surrounding my ability to start mountain biking as a hobby. My story isn't a very unique one either. I kept trying to get my best friends out mountain biking, but I had one friend in particular whose bike was limiting him so much. Tell us a little bit about the bike that you had.
Alright, so the bike I had, actually every gear was broken except for the highest gear, so it made getting up to the bike park pretty difficult, but it had no suspension, just pretty much the worst bike you could be riding there. So riding it the first few times, as fun as it was also very sketchy. No, and it had the kickstand still on it, yeah. So it'd sometimes swing out while you were doing some jumps, and that's really dangerous.
This all changed when he heard about the Boise Bike Project.
We ended up going to the Boise Bike Project and got my most recent bike. So
And how's that bike been?
it's been great. It's been awesome. They really showed me how to fix it, how to like get it, keep it up to standard, and like really what are the best upgrades I can get for the bike. And so it's just been like it's worked.
You heard it there. The BBP significantly lowered barriers for both me and my friend Zach. Now, we had pretty similar stories. We both didn't have a lot of money for mountain bikes and were able to get into the hobby due to the affordable bikes and parts that they have there. While the BBP is a bike thrift store, they do their fair share of making bikes for available to everyone in their charity efforts. In many cases, it comes in the form of charity bike donations and bike repair events. Jillian, who is the BBP's community director, talked to me a little bit about what the BBP does outside of the selling of things from their store. Jillian was not able to respond in person, so she responded over email. So we had someone else voice over Jillian's response. Hey Jillian, I've been inside the store part of the Boise Bike Project, but I've never attended any of the projects that go on outside of the store. Could you tell me a little bit about those?
Of course, we do lots of events throughout the community. One of our most notable ones that we do every year is our Christmas bike giveaway. That one is always my favorite. Low-income families can sign up to get their children's refurbished bikes from the Boise Bike Project completely on us. We end up giving away hundreds of bikes, and if I remember right, we gave out around 600 bikes last year. We also do events for all ages, kids, youth, and adults, where we do free repair practices. People can come and during those times either to the booth we set up at an event or to the shop to work on their bike with a mechanic and learn how to fix their bike.
The BBP has extended its reach beyond providing affordable bike parts for individuals. The BBP gives back to its community with its many charity events. This helps completely eliminate barriers surrounding biking. I've always been a mountain biker, but the BBP's reach goes far beyond just mountain biking. It extends all the way to commute biking and road biking. Furthermore, the BBP also aids those who depend on their bikes for transportation. Jillian, who we just interviewed a little bit ago, is going to tell us a little bit more about how the BBP helps those who depend on their bikes. Do you find that the Boise Bike Project helps people who rely on bikes as their transportation?
Yes, we totally do. There are so many people, especially due to our location downtown and next to BSU campus, that use our bikes as their method of transportation. A big demographic that we have is college students who don't have money for a car and not enough space required to do repairs. We're able to provide cheap parts, service, and a location for everything bike related. Tons of people rely on the bike project.
Because the BBP provides cheap bikes, a cheap and reliable service, they have helped those who can't afford a car be able to get their form of transportation. Biking promotes a number of benefits to an individual's health in both social and physical health. It's no secret that doing physical activity like biking is good for people's health. A peer-reviewed article entitled Active Transportation and Social Capital, they found that those who participate in some form of active transportation are happier and more involved both socially and in their community. With the BBP promoting biking, they in turn increase these positive traits here in Boise. The BBP has a little something for everyone. The Boise Bike Project wants to help everyone from all demographics to get on their bikes. They have helped me, my friends, and the community as a whole by providing affordable bikes and repair education. Today, I have only scratched the surface of how the BBP benefits the community. Their involvement is all around, and they have done so much good for Boise. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you in the next episode.